Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mason's online classroom. Today, what I'm going to share with you is the second part of the bonding methods and principles of brick walls. This lesson contains two parts. Namely, Part 4 Common Bonding Forms of Brick Walls and Part 5 Bonding Essentials of Brick Masonry. In this lesson, we aim to comprehensively master the bonding forms of brick walls and the key points of masonry. Now let's explore Part 4, Common Bonding Forms of Brick Walls. Point 1 is the thickness of regular brick walls. In brick masonry, the thickness of regular brick walls is 115 mm, commonly known as 12 walls, 180 mm, 240 mm, or 365 mm. Common bonding forms of brick walls. The first point is the bonding forms of solid brick walls. In actual operation, there are various stacking methods according to the design thickness of the wall and the organization of bricks based on their changing position on the wall. The common types of solid walls include the English bond, the Flemish garden wall bond, the Flemish bond, the 2 flat, 1 vertical pattern, 2 stretchers and 1 shiner, the stretcher bond, and the header bond. Point 2 is the bonding forms of cavity walls. A cavity wall is composed of stretchers and shiners which are interlaced with each other. Bricks laid on its narrow edge are known as bricks on edge. Common cavity walls can be divided into cavity walls with wall ties and the ones without wall ties. Cavity walls can reduce the weight of the wall by 30% to 40% and save labor, bricks, and mortar when compared to regular solid walls. But they are not as good as solid walls overall and are generally used for low-rise civilian dormitories, residences, canteens, and so on. Point 3 is the bonding forms of hollow brick walls. These walls can be built in the stretcher bond or the header bond according to the design requirements of the thickness of the wall. The upper and lower layers should be bonded using 1/2 bricks. There's no need to cut bricks in corners or at the joint where the inner and outer walls meet, and ordinary bricks can be inlaid if necessary. Next, let's learn Part 5, Bonding Essentials of Brick Masonry. First, control the horizontal mortar joint line. In the construction of brick walls, the bricklaying must follow the hanging line that goes horizontally, which is known as the mason's line. Align with the top directrix and the bottom edge, and maintain horizontal spacing. Align with the top directrix means that the upper edge of the brick should be positioned approximately 1 cm away from the mason's line. This is because the mason's line is slightly elevated above the brick, which ensures that any horizontal vibrations in the mason's line can be easily detected when it comes into contact with the top edge. This helps to ensure the quality of the masonry work. Align with the bottom edge refers to aligning the bottom edge of the brick with the laid brick's lower layer to ensure a clean wall facade. Maintain horizontal spacing means that the bricks should be precisely aligned on all sides. The upper and lower bricks should be staggered, and the vertical joints should be straight 1 layer apart, that is, do not dissociate the bonds and skew the joints, let alone align the upper and lower joints. Check whether the wall is vertical and flat or not. When the brick wall is built to the height of the frame, it is necessary to use the line level to thoroughly detect the perpendicularity and flatness, which is the key to ensuring that the wall is vertical and smooth. In actual operation, we follow this rule: a plumb bob is used every 3 layers, and a level is used every 5 layers to ensure verticality. That is, building 3 layers of bricks with a line drop to determine the vertical situation of the corner, building 5 layers of bricks with a line level to measure the wall. Technical requirements for wall masonry. The first point, horizontal and vertical. To ensure the stability and firmness of the wall, the mortar joint of each layer of bricks is required to be horizontal and vertical. Under the influence of a vertical force, a mortar joint that is not horizontal will slide and reduce the strength of the wall. The second point, Staggered placement of the brickwork joints. The vertical joints of the upper and lower layers of bricks should be staggered, and the same layer of bricks should be built inside and outside to avoid building through joints. If many vertical cracks are running up and down in the wall, under the influence of weight, a wall with several vertical fissures is likely to lose stability and collapse. The third point, full mortar, uniform thickness. The mortar in the horizontal joints should have a minimum fullness of 80%, the mortar in the vertical joints should be shoved or added, and transparent joints, blind joints, and false joints are not allowed. It is strictly prohibited to add water to mortar to fill joints. For brick walls, the thickness of the horizontal mortar joints and the width of the vertical mortar joints are better to be 10 mm but should not be less than 8 mm or greater than 12 mm.
The fourth point is that the daily masonry height of the brick wall shall not exceed 1.8 meters, and shall not exceed 1.2 meters on rainy days.
The fifth point is that the choice of brick side is very important for plain walls. During bricklaying, the neat, beautiful, and undamaged side should be laid on the outside to ensure the smooth and beautiful surface of the masonry. That concludes our lesson for today. Thank you all for watching.